Welcome to this edition of our YouTube channel. I somehow feel that we need to create this open, honest corner for business owners because sometimes it's like, oh, have you been going through the same thing? How did you deal with it, or how do you deal with it? So here's the focus on today. And I'm going to give you an illustration, an example. You know, it's some of those days where you come to the office and you're like, so where do I start? Where do I start? What is more important than the next? And it's not that you don't have a good team, and it's not that you're not delegating. I think it's this season of change, or maybe this season of scaling up. When I look at CEOs, and the reason why I say it's not because you're not capacitated enough, some things just need you. If I look at CEOs that run multi-billion-dollar, companies, and they've got a team of 500 staff members, and they have people to run their respective, departments, these CEOs are back to back. They are busy. You probably need to squeeze your time some way, somehow in their diary, because it's just that busy. Because the moment business is growing and booming and expanding, it requires more team members. But I feel somehow it's just a lot of supervision, check. So everything is still on par, and you are still involved with everything that happens from this higher level. And I'm not saying, in our example, doing the social media calendars for clients, or doing the events management by doing bookings for venues, or writing speeches or writing press statements. I'm saying before it reaches a client, it needs to be authorized, and just make sure that it's a done deal. Coming back to, and I'm now thinking about people that have been doing this for years and still are running this rat race, because it's just so much, and sometimes it could feel overwhelming. This is something that I've really experienced a lot in this past month, but it's a good kind of busy, but it's this mental mind game where it's like, okay, we have 4 things lined up which are just as urgent, just as now it needs to be done now. And we are planning well in advance, but I'm just feeling that it's the magnitude on the projects that we are starting to now take on, the capacity, outsourcing many other suppliers, because so many of the things you need a bigger team than what you are for the specific project. So if you felt the same way, and if you've been going through that moment, and maybe not even as a business owner, maybe just your job, when you come to the office every morning, it's like, I got my to-do list, and then I got my to-do list of the to-do list, and then I got my laptop notes, and then I got my phone notes. Well, when you go home, it's like, I just want to zone out and give my sons that undivided attention, and not having so many of the deadlines, at the back of my mind. So share your experiences. Have you been experiencing the same, going through the same? How have you been able to navigate and maneuver this ever so growing monster? It's a good monster because it pays bills. But making sure that you don't burn out in the process, that when you come to the office, you are still got your back-to-back meetings, you still have your contracts that need to be signed, you still have your level of final proofread check to send it to the clients, but it's good. It's a good, blessed season, and maybe it's a winning season that just requires much more from you as a business owner.